Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here with some news today. For the month of August there's going to be a collaboration called Out with a Bang, and it's celebrating the last days of summer. Now this is the last days of summer on the other side of the world because I'm in Australia and it's winter here at the moment. But anyway, it's a collaboration that Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors and I have put together, and we hope that you are going to enjoy it. Every day for the month of August there will be one, but mostly two videos by lots and lots of creators, and in the description box below there will be a list of all of the creators and their YouTube channels, but there'll also be a link to a playlist which will be updated each day with the new videos from each of the collaborators. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, it is a complete list of who's going to be creating and what days, what dates, and what their prompt is. So yeah, that's it there if you're interested. Now Mandy has produced two digital kits. The theme of the papers is flowers, so it's the flowers for the month of August, and we've chosen two, the poppies and the gladioli. Mandy's created two kits using the poppies and I've created one with the gladioli. There's in the description box below there is a link to all of the kits. During the month of August there will be 50% off, and the code for that will be in the description box as well. But of course, if you don't, don't have to have the kit. You can certainly use the supplies that you already have at home. Okay, so all of the information that you will need is in the description box. Okay, so but to kick the collaboration off with a good beginning, I have created a freebie, and I will be giving out a freebie each week during the collaboration. So this is the first one, and this is available free in my Ko-fi shop. So I'll put a link to this in the description box as well. So here I've created, you can get a bit of an idea too about my kit, what it looks like, but I will put a link in the description box to a flip through of the whole kit, so you can see that there's about 70 pages in the kit. So yeah, quite a few. Anyway, this is the freebie. So we've got 4 journaling cards there. We have some circles to use as embellishments. We have some labels. Now I made the mistake of printing this borderless, and you don't need to with the embellishments. I put these all through with the some full pages as well, which I did want borderless, but anyway. We've got a coin envelope, a normal envelope, some circles and some labels on that one. On this one we have a rectangular envelope, we have a Polaroid frame, a little journaling card, some flowers that can be fussy cut out and layered up, another journaling card that's a bit bigger, so it's the same journaling card. You can use it as a journaling card, or you can use it as layers on your pages, and a few more labels there. Here we have a file folder, and just some borders, some more labels, a couple of smaller circles, and a couple of film strips. They can be joined together or used separately, just as layers in your collages. And I have also made 2 full sheets. So this one, it has a floral on it, and this one is just a plain background. So there's those 2 full pages. Alright, so now that I've shown you that, I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these things out, and then I'm going to create something. Okay, so I've cut all those embellishments out and inked around them. Now I've made this journal to for this month. So this is the journal I'm going to create this month, and it's using my Gladioli kit, and I've stitched around everything with black thread. So I have also stitched around these pieces that I thought would look good with stitching, and yeah, so that's what I've done with those. Now I'm going to put these pieces together because I think that they will make good embellishments in my journal. So, you know, to put into pockets and things like that. There's quite a few pages in this. I think there's 3 signatures of like 10 double pages, so 40 pages in each one. So there's a lot of pages in here. And so I thought that if I made these up, I'll be able to put these into pockets and things as I go along. This, of course, I will use as an embellishment on, say, a journaling card or something like that. So I'm just going to run my bone folder along that. And see, this is a fairly plain looking journal card. So, you know, I could put, actually, why not? Why don't I do that now? So I can attach this. Just run a bead of glue along here, and perhaps a bit like so, and attach that onto my journaling card. I'm going to cut those threads off. I usually leave the threads on until I'm using them and then decide whether I want to leave them on or not. And then I might use a piece of coffee dyed cheesecloth. Certainly don't want it that big, so let's cut it down to that size. Pull some of these threads out. Yes, I'm really looking forward to this this coming month, August. As I said, I will be giving away a freebie each week, so, and that will be on my Ko-fi page. So if you're not already a member on my Ko-fi, pop over and have a look and follow, and you'll be notified when I post these freebies. Now I've got all these little bits and pieces. I could make a flower. So there's a couple of different sizes here. That size, that size. Yeah, so there's 2 sizes. So let's, I'm not looking for a lot of dimension on this, so I'm just going to lay one on top of the other quite flat. And I'd like a piece of coffee dyed paper, I think. Just a piece of this. Sort of just sit behind that. Oops. Like that. And I'm going to round the corners on this. I'm not sure whether I actually want it this big. I want it a little bit narrower. Alright, that's all right. And pop that on there like that. Do I want to stamp something on there? Yeah, I think I'll put something on there, just a little bit of something. I've got a script stamp here, I'll just use this. A fine script. And I'm going to just use my vintage photo. Don't need to ink the whole thing up because I do want to make sure I top and just stamp that on there. I'm not fussed about getting it perfect. So I'm going to pop that on there. Maybe take it right out to that edge there where the stitching is. Put my cheesecloth and my flower on there like that. Oops. So let's do that. I'm going to actually stick this back flower down because I don't want it catching as it's going in and out of pockets and things. So I'm going to stick that down reasonably flat. Okay, so there we have a nice little journaling card. Okay, so there's one item. Okay, now I've also got this Polaroid frame. I've cut a piece of coffee dyed paper out. It's not perfect. I've really only concentrated on trying to get that centre section perfect. Now I'm going to use my glue and stick some acetate to the frame. I don't want to get glue anywhere on the acetate, hopefully. Right, now I can pop that down on there. And wipe that out. That way. I'm wiping it away from the acetate. Doesn't matter how careful I am, I get ink or glue or something all over the acetate usually. And I'm going to attach this on the back. So once again I'm going to run my glue around here very lightly, just enough to stick. I'm going to put that on there so that the frame can't be seen from the front. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now I'm just going to let that dry for a minute and then I'm going to trim this paper away from the frame. Okay. Right, I'm just going to put that aside and let that dry before I continue on doing anything with that, because I need to pay a bit more attention to this acetate. So let that one dry for a minute. Now I've got some envelopes. I've got a file folder here. Let's have a look at that. So if I fold that up like so and crease that down, go over that with my bone folder. I haven't. Okay. Push that down. That's okay like that. That's okay like that. Alright, so now we need to just just add some ink to that. I'm not exactly sure what corners are what, so I'm going to just ink them, and then when I stick them together I might just trim them up so that they're even. Ink across there a bit as well. Ideally, of course, you would have your mat under you and not just be doing it on your desk and getting ink on everything. Like I am. Okay, so let's just run a bead of glue along here and here, and fold that up in. Like so. Burnish it down. Okay, so there we have it. You can see that there's a bit of inking on the back of that sheet showing there. If you wanted to, you could just trim that off so it's round. Like so. Okay, and now do our journaling cards fit in there? Looks like they will. Yes. There we go. We've got a file folder and a journaling with a journaling card in it. I think I've got a journaling card with that. I haven't. So there we go. If you wanted to, you could embellish this some more. We could put a circle. What have we got here? So we've got like that. Like so, and what could we put on top of that? Got a little bit of lace here. I'll pop that in there somewhere. That might be a bit too big, so let's put a smaller one there. Just drop that down a bit. I can put it sideways, like so. I think I like it this way. And I would like something on that. What do I like sitting in this? Because I haven't got any embellishments out here with me at the moment. So I need to get something out and put on there. So let's stick these down. This film negative, you could cut those little squares out if you wanted to. I didn't. If you used your scan and cut or silhouette or whatever to cut out your die cuts, cut out your sheets of embellishments, it would cut those little squares out, so you'd end up with a nice little film negative. But I didn't use that for mine, and I didn't want to spend the time to manually cut that out. So right, now I need to find something else to put on that. I might come back to that one. So that's that. We've got an envelope here, so let's put that together. I've got my scoreboard here. Now how I do these is, okay, so I've got this line drawn on the centre line of my scoreboard, and to score these, what I do is I line up the corner here on that line, and then line up the corner down here on that line, and then I score between the two. And I usually do it pattern side up, so I get my score going the other way. So like so, like so. So you can see I'm lining up the edge up there with the edge here. Now that I've got that scored, I just turn her over and fold and score. And there we have our little envelope. That's the front. That's the front. Oh, well, either way, whichever way you like your envelopes to go, I usually take this off. So you can either just use your scissors and cut it off, but what I generally do is fold it over and glue it down. Just gives a little bit of extra weight to the part of your envelope there. Now you can put your pattern paper in here. Just cut a piece of pattern paper, stick it in there, just a rectangle, and then cut around that edge. Or you can just ink around it, which is what I'm going to do. Let's have a look at that. Yep, that's good. And now we just run a bead of glue along here, here. I'll do it up here as well. And then attach that, like so. And that little journaling card will fit in there. See, these have got quite a lot of pattern on them, so they're not really desperately needing some embellishment. So that can pop in there like that, and there we have our envelope. I did ink around all of this before I came back on. So there's an envelope little embellishment there. What else do we have here? We have a coin envelope. So once again, I used my scoreboard and line that corner up with this corner and score. So you can see in this freebie you get quite a few embellishments to add to your journals. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to ink on here. There we go. So, decide which side you want on top. Run a bead of glue along there, a bead of glue along there, and fold that over like so. Make sure that you're not getting glue soaking through onto your inside and sealing up your coin envelope. Now if you wanted to, you can put a closure on here. Why don't I do that? I think I've got some little circles in here that I have cut before. I've cut these out of, no, I cut 2 layers and stuck 2 layers together. So, yes, so now, let's say I'm going to put that there. So I need to get my mat and my pokey tool. Well, I don't need my mat, do I? Because I can't really. I'm going to hold that there and poke a hole right through the middle. And I've got some small brads here. And I'm going to pop that in there. And then through there. And then flatten those little prongs out. Okay, I don't know whether you can see down in there, but I've flattened those out now. And I might actually try and just get some clear sticky tape and try and put that down there over the top. That's going to be a bit of a bugger to get in. But I have managed to do that, so we've got that in there. And there we go. Don't know if you can see that or not, but I've got some clear sticky tape over that, so things will slide in and out without too much problem. Right, now I can stick the bottom up, so I'm going to fold that up. Burnish it down. Put a bead of glue across there. And burnish that down. Now I want to put this on here. I want to line it up about as best as I can. And this one I can use on my mat. Try using that mat under there, it just stops you pushing your paper out of shape. Now we have two choices. We can leave it like that, or, well, you've probably got three choices, or as many choices as you can think of really, but you can leave it like that, which I'm probably going to do, or you can cut a piece of pattern paper and just cut a rectangle that size and then hand cut around there after you stick it down and it's dry. So I'm going to leave it like this at the moment, but I may come back at a later date and put a pattern paper in there. Depends what I'm going to use it for. Now we would want some string. I've got this finer twine by Uniquely Creative. And I'm going to put that under there. Tie a knot. Now, because of the size of this coin pocket, I didn't want anything too bulky here. I'm going to take it up to the top and tie another knot. Everybody has their own way of doing this. This is just the way I do it. So then we've got two knots holding it in place. Pull that tight. And then wind that around. What have we got here? Around there. Got a bit of a bird's nest there. Try and get that out of there. So around there, around there, around there. Cut that off and trim that back. I don't need it that long. And there we have our little coin envelope. Now I think there's a little, and that's a bit too small to go in there. Alright, so once again you can embellish this if you want to. I'll probably just put something in it. That's better, that got rid of that. And there we go. Very pretty. Now we've got another one here. This is like your rectangular type envelope. So this one is your, you know, the one that's got the pointy tab, and this one's got the squarer closure. Okay, so once again, where's my, here we go. I always start off with a nice clean disc, but never end up with one. Okay. With this one, I might do the, okay, so I'm going to use this piece of paper and I'm going to line the inside of this one, the inside of the flap. So let me measure that. How wide is it? I want to cut a piece that is, let's say, 4 3/4 by 2. 4 3/4 by 3. So let's cut that. That's one of the backgrounds from the kit. Okay, so before we do anything else, I'm going to attach that to the inside of the card, of the envelope, like so. Actually, I might trim that down to the exact size, the exact width, which is right there. I'm doing that with my scissors, which is a bit deadly. Okay. So I want that to fit inside of that fold line. So let's fold them over. And make sure that that sits in there okay. Yes, it does. Okay. Right. So. Alright, so let's attach that onto that. Now, some scissors and trim around there. Okay, so that fits like that, that's fine. So let's ink around this. Okay, and now we can fold that down. Okay. Now, let's burnish these side pieces and the bottom. As I said, I have already inked around these, so I'm just going to glue these now. I'm not quite sure how high up that comes. Okay. Okay. So now, just wait for that to dry a bit. I want to ink across that fold. Okay, so now we have our envelope. It closes. Okay. So that is another embellishment that we've created, and we've still got another journaling card here, or another 2 journaling cards, so we could that goes that way. We could attach our thing there. Well, let's do this. Let's use that as a little label and a bit of cheesecloth. And perhaps a small label like that. And then I've got this label here, which is a piece of muslin, I think it is, that I have stamped on, and I can just, this is the selvage here, so I'm just going to cut that off so I can fray it out a little bit. First of all, I want to see whether I like it on there or not. I'm going to put that on there and that on there, and just leave it at that, I think. Yes, I think I will. So I'm going to trim this down a bit. I don't really want it that big. tray it out a bit. I don't like to have too much bulk on my journaling cards because they're going to go into a pocket or an envelope or something like that. So, you know, I generally try and keep it fairly flat. Yeah. I like that, so let's stick that down. Okay, so let's burnish that down a bit. We've got our cheesecloth, we've got our calico, and we've got another cute journaling card. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got here. Okay, so I've cleaned up a bit. It was too hard to see what was going on there before, so now I'm just going to have a quick run through what we've got in our kit. So we've got these 2 pages that we can use to create more embellishments, or we can use as pages in our journals. We have lots of little embellishments that we can add to things like film strips, circles, flowers, edge strips, labels, all sorts there. We have a rectangular envelope that I did put a pattern paper on the inside of this one. So that's that. We have the Polaroid slide. I will put a sticker or something on that. I've got some fussy cuts from the full kit that I might put on there as well. There's a couple more labels. We've got this journaling card that we've added just a piece of coffee dyed paper that we stamped on, some cheesecloth and one of the flowers. We've laid 2 flowers on top of each other for that one. This is another journaling card that we've added a smaller, well, it's a tiny journaling card or a large label, some cheesecloth and a printed calico strip on that one. These are of course all coffee dyed on the back, coffee dyed paper or digitals on the back. Another journaling card and another. So some of these with all over pattern like this really don't need any embellishment, but you could add something up there, you know, you could put a label or whatever you wanted to do. Here we have a file folder. We did have one of these in there. These do fit in the file folder, so you can put that in there as well. We've embellished that with one of the negatives and a bit of lace and a circle. I'll put something extra on there as well a bit later. We have a coin pocket or a coin envelope that we did the policy closure on. Opens like so. You can put washi or you can put the pattern paper like we did on this envelope over that as well. Or you can leave it like it is, either. And we have another envelope. So this is like your standard envelope. And we have a smaller journaling card. I think that fits in the envelope. Yes, it does. So all of that in your freebie for this week. As I said, I'll be putting a freebie out every week during August, once a week. And it goes perfectly well with my digital kit that I've released for the collaboration with Sunflowers and Doors, which is out with a bang. I'll put all of the information in the description box, as I said earlier. And yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Pop on over to my Ko-fi where this is. It's free. Help yourself. The more the merrier. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.